Yes, we are.
Yeah, thank you. A very good morning to all my fellow researchers, the August gathering. I am Roshak Saxena and I'll be making the presentation along with my co-researcher, Ms. Mukta Dhangadaria. The paper is titled Hindi Cinema and Society through the lenses of Indian youth. So let me quickly take you through the introduction of the study. May I please request my worthy colleague to please go ahead? Yeah. So I'll begin with talking about genres in cinema. So we all know that ever since the films began, genres have been instrumental in how we classify the movies. As BK Grant says, genre movies are those commercial feature cinema which, through repetition and variation with familiar characters, they tell familiar stories. The genre basically identifies certain similar patterns in narrative or maybe the presentation, the visual style, or how the story progresses. Indian cinema, right from the first film that it made, has been narrative oriented. With the first one talking about a legendary king Harish Chandra, who was known for his honesty and always speaking the truth. It was earlier seen in Indian cinema that society influenced films to a great deal, wherein the films have a power to foster positive change. The films here gave voice to the voiceless and highlighted the plight of the people as well. Uh, Yeah, but then this now leads me to talk about parallel cinema movement that originated in the 1950s in West Bengal and then costed upgradations and modifications. It continues to attract the filmmakers across regions and languages. Can we move to the next slide, please? Yeah. Uh, in 1950s, we had films made by my Satyajit Ray, Ritwik Ghatak. Uh, Back in Hindi cinema, back in Bollywood, we had films like Avara, Jagra, India, or Do Dil Zameen, wherein class went so made. Uh, then also came women-centric pieces, finding their prominent place in cinema. We have also had films exploring sexuality or capitalism for that matter. So now talking social drama films, it becomes crucial to understand how a mind receives certain information. How do people actually perceive certain films? So S. Banaji here clearly points out that they particularly watch the films for. The assertions have been made particularly concerning that males like action, nudity, while females watch films for moral narrative, romance, or melodrama. Can we move to the next? But having said that, engagement of youth for films is often looked at a very superficial level, and we personally feel that not much has been discussed with respect to Hindi films in particular. This is exactly where study comes into place. When we want to study the perception of youth on social films, social drama films of Hindi cinema, we have used parameters like opinion, preferences, exposure to films, and what is their perception on certain notions of the social drama Hindi film. Uh, I would please now request Ms. Mukshida to go on with the research methodology.
Yes, thank you, Rochak sir. Actually, good morning, all of you present. As you can see on my screen already, the methodology, the objectives which were on hand to study. First one was to understand the perception of youth towards Hindi cinema of social drama genre, and the second objective was to understand whether the social drama movies could bring desired change or impact or really impact on the society or not. So this was on hand, and this was purely a quantitative study which we did in the last 2 months only. So this was about the objectives. Moving further with the methodology, the universe of this study was the youth group belongs to the age group of 18 to 23 years. The major reason behind choosing this group is to know their perception, to know their perception precisely about the movies which are being projected these days on several OTT platforms these days, as our fellow colleagues also have discussed upon various OTT platforms. So the sample size for the study was 200 responses, which were collected with the use of Google Form. Primary tool of data collection, obviously, it was questionnaire method. Secondary tool of data collection was books, journals, and articles. The variables were independent variables were age and occupation. Dependent variables was the perception of youth towards Hindi cinema. I request Rochak sir to continue further with the results and discussion.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Coming to the questions now. From the first start, we'll be able to see that, and can we move on? Yeah. From the first start, we'll be able to see that the average age of respondents is 21 years, most of whom have been the students. Can you ahead? Yeah, here you can see that 64.4% respondents have said that they do prefer to watch social drama Hindi films. The next one draws attention to the fact that most respondents sometimes listen to the review before watching a film. The next chart will show you how many movies they have watched from the given list. The movies were selected from the time period of last 1 decade and chosen as per the IMDb rating from a scale of 3 to 10. The next chart shows that most respondents, that is significant 60.3%, feel that the middle class people are affected with more social problems. Next, majority respondents feel that social drama films can make a desired impact on the society. They also feel that such movies can sensitize people on such issues, on social issues. Now here, respondents feel that women-centric issues are being portrayed more. Uh, compared to other social issues. Next, we can see that respondents were compelled to think of an issue after watching the film. Here, most respondents are neutral that social drama movies show the reality or the intensity of a prevailing social issue. Majority from the next observation feel that social drama movies can help in removing the caste, religious, or cultural ties. Moving on, most respondents feel that popular actors, this is a very important result that we received. Most respondents feel that popular actors with caste can make such films more popular. But talking about disagree on the importance of director in giving such a film justice. Moving on. Yeah, when asked if such films give rise to violence in the society, majority respondents felt neutral. Likewise, they were neutral in the next question as well, that social drama movies are meant to promote the propaganda of ruling or unruling political parties. They were neutral about this. Moving on. So majority respondents feel that the social issues projected in a film become the talk of the town and for some time, and they fade away quickly. However, they feel that movies are helpful in raising the voices against social evil, which is our next question. So they do feel that movies are helpful in raising the voice against social evil. Yeah, moving on. We have the hypothesis. I request Ms. Mukshita to go on with this.
Yes, actually, we were curious to know that actually the perception of, the preference of youth is actually having impact on their perception towards movie or not. So for that, we went for the hypothesis testing. The hypothesis, as you can see on your screens, there is no significant difference of average perception score of youth towards the social drama movies with respect to their preferences towards social drama movies. So in which three groups were there, and as you can see, the p value is very higher than 0.05, which is 0.371. So naturally it rejects the hypothesis. So there is no significant difference of the preference of youth towards their perception. The second hypothesis that we were curious to know about the age. Age actually has an impact upon the perception of youth or not. So again, same in this also you can see the p-value is 0.534, which again signifies that and rejects the alternative hypothesis. So we have to accept the null hypothesis here, in which it shows that the age does not have really an impact upon the perception of movies. Okay, moving further towards the end of our discussion, which is conclusion of the study. So the very first conclusion that this study draws is the when it was asked that the social drama, sorry, the social issues are affecting which class division of the society, in which most of them have answered middle economic class, but actually we know the reality of the society, that it is irrespective of the class, the social issue affects all the classes, and that could be the possibility of the differences which lies in terms of the prevalence, intensity and frequency of particular social issue, but it does affect all the class divisions of any society. Now the second conclusion was very interesting, which is most respondents give impetus on having popular actors in a film for better appeal, but negate the importance of director for giving proper justification to a social drama movies. On one hand, the respondents say that social drama films help to sensitize towards the social issues and compare and have compelled also, as we have seen in our previous slides, that the audience have compelled to reflect upon the issues. But on the other hand, they themselves are not sensitized to all the social drama movies of Indian society. This is evident from the fact that some films has received negligible viewing response, as you might have seen or you might have noticed in our previous slides, that Neeraksam movie has not been watched by a single respondent. Most of the respondents feel that women-centric issues are being projected more than the other societal issues. The second last conclusion of the study is most respondents feel that the issue presented in the film becomes talk of the town and soon fades off. So, which again contradicts their own belief that such film could sensitize them for the social issues. So, it can be said that sensitization is not sustained, which we are expecting with the help of social drama movies. The last and foremost important conclusion, which is the major segment of respondents feel neutral or say that social drama films don't give rise to violence or crime. But however, many researchers already have claimed that social film influences the audience in violence and crime related activities. So that's were these references of our study. Thank you very much for your attention, and if you have any questions, we can take up.
Thank you very much. So we now have the space to